I was, like most Americans, taken aback and ashamed that in order to, I guess, curry a favor in a Democratic primary, this governor made clear what he thinks. He said, "America was never that great." America was never that great, was his comment. And then when given an opportunity to come forward and truly acknowledge the error, he again doubled down. I've been married. I know what an apology sounds like. And this governor hasn't offered an apology. I think the American people deserve one. And more importantly, I think New Yorkers deserve an apology from a governor who, quite frankly, has been surrounded by privilege his entire life. This is a man who was born on third base, but seemingly thinks he shot a triple. At the end of the day, what I'd like him to understand is that America has always been great because of faces like those that stand behind me this morning. I was born to a single mom who struggled very hard. Food stamps put food on our table for a few years. My parents and grandparents were always in my life and encouraged us to always work hard. I don't think the governor truly understands the promise and potential of this nation. And if he did, he wouldn't have said what he said. And if he truly appreciated and understood it, he'd offer an apology. I remember some time ago as a young kid growing up with my two granddads, both of whom served in World War II. My mother's father, Albert D'Annunzio, and I became very, very close. I remember asking him when he was telling me stories of World War II, I asked him why did he go into service. In fact, this is a fellow, by the way, who worked hard to actually go into service as an Army sergeant. And I thought he was going to tell me about stories of battle and courage. I thought he was going to tell me that he was just trying to impress the woman who would become my grandmother. But he said that he joined the United States Army for an idea. And I had absolutely no idea what he was talking about at the time, and then he explained it. He believed, as I think most Americans understand, that America is not perfect. It is certainly with its flaws and its problems. But that very idea, that 242 years ago, individuals would stand and proclaim to the world that governments were not put on this earth to rule people, but rather people would select their governments. He went to war to free oppressed individuals, to overcome tyranny and hatred, because he believed in that idea. Governor Cuomo could learn a lesson from my granddad, and maybe from the countless Americans who have and continue in service to this nation. I am not trying to over-dramatize this issue. It is very simple. Either the governor doesn't know who he is, or he doesn't know who the American people are. But at the end of the day, they still deserve an apology from an individual who wants to represent all of New York. We're joined today by a number of faces and ordinary New Yorkers who care deeply about this nation, and I know join me in shock and amazement by this governor's comments. We are very honored to be joined today by Mr. Jerry Wardsky. Mr. Wardsky, as a very young boy, survived Auschwitz. I think he understands truly the remarkable promise and the unyielding character of the American people. And with that, even though I know he's a little bit timid, he's going to offer us a few words.
Why don't you step right in?
A lot timid.
Okay, that's what I said.